Some teams never quite finish the work of their sprints. I've talked in other videos about how teams don't need to finish everything every sprint. It's normal and sometimes good for teams to occasionally aim a little high for what they can accomplish in a sprint. And I've also talked in another video about how not finishing sprints can become a bad habit. In this video, I want to talk about two reasons why many teams overcommit and how you can help them. The most common reason teams overcommit is pressure from leadership or any source outside the team. Sometimes this leadership pressure is well-intentioned. A leader gets excited about the opportunities presented by a product and wants more, or they want it faster because of the good it will do the company and or the product's users. Other times, though, the pressure comes from misguided leaders who think pressure is an appropriate way to motivate a team. The second most common reason teams overcommit is pressure from themselves. Teams may do this for a variety of reasons, such as hoping to please outsiders or a desire to meet high expectations of themselves. Whether pressure to overcommit comes from outside or within the team, it's neither a healthy environment for the team members nor a good situation for the organization. All organizations need some level of predictability. I worked with a rapidly growing company that was preparing for its IPO. Despite a tremendous focus on achieving revenue targets one last time before going public, the CEO told me he'd be willing to exchange some revenue for greater predictability. When a team pulls too much work into a sprint or strives for an overly aggressive sprint goal, they often miss, and that reduces predictability. Predictability shouldn't become the goal. If it does, teams make easy commitments each sprint and achieve them. Instead, teams should do their best to plan realistically. Leaders and others outside the team then need to be understanding when a team occasionally misses its goal. When a team announces its plan for a sprint, everyone both on and off the team should expect the team to achieve that goal, but know that it won't always happen. When I go to my favorite restaurant, I expect them to have my favorite fresh sea bass. But sometimes they're sold out already, or perhaps the fresh fish delivery was delayed that day. Here are three things you can do to help a team that too often does not meet its goals. First, get everyone to understand that sprint commitments are goals, not guarantees. The word commitment is not synonymous with guarantee. A commitment is a team's promise to do its best to achieve a goal. If the team is forced to make a guarantee, they will make a guarantee less so that the guarantee is safe. There can be a time for guarantees. Sometimes a client or customer does need some capability by a certain date. The finance group may need to run year-end reports in early January, for example. In general, though, we don't want to force a team into a guarantee. Instead, we want a team to commit to something reasonable, and then we should be understanding if they miss it. You will most likely need to convince some leaders of this. A good way to do this is to put the commitment guarantee difference into an example a leader can relate to. For example, ask them to imagine asking the sales group how much they can commit to selling in a given period. Then imagine asking if the sales group will guarantee that amount, or would they prefer to guarantee a different amount? A second thing you can do to help a team that doesn't routinely meet its goals is to never treat missing as a failure. It can be disappointing when a team misses, but it's not a failure. Yeah, I know I put the word fail in the title of this video. I did that because my SEO person said people search for it. Still, don't call it a failure when your team does its best but comes up short in meeting a goal. A third thing you can do if your team misses their goals too often is to help them identify root causes. Sometimes it's just bad luck for a handful of sprints. More often, though, it's because teams feel optimistic about what they can achieve. They plan their sprints to be best case scenarios. If you think that could be your team, in sprint planning meetings, try asking questions like, what could go wrong that could cause the team to miss its goal? Or what has to go right for what the team is considering as its new goal? These or similar questions can help a team see any risky assumptions they're making about how easy the planned work needs to be. It's important for Agile teams to perform their best while also allowing the organization to create reliable plans. To do that, you want a team that goes for it, that isn't afraid to try hard things. You also need an organization and team members themselves who understand that an ambitious team will not accomplish its goal every sprint. Remember, they're commitments, not guarantees. In the comments, let me know how your team is doing. Does it achieve its goals most iterations? Do you struggle with outsiders who expect your team to make it every time? If not, how have you convinced outsiders to have appropriate expectations? I'd love to read your thoughts in the comments. By the way, my name is Mike Cohn, and I help teams succeed with Agile. If this video has been helpful, I'd appreciate it if you'd click the like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future tips to help you succeed with Agile. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.